Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Tita Alisa Riyadi. I'm the third presenter from the second group. I will explain about designing assessment for a course, horizontal and vertical perspectives. Chapter 2 emphasizes that assessment planning is an integral part of course planning. Planning requires us to answer some key questions about a course. Once we have clarified the purpose, participants, resources, and restrictions that apply, we have the background necessary to design a course that will stimulate and engage our students and increase their understanding and application of learning. Assessment during a course should be viewed from horizontal and vertical plan perspectives. Okay, I will explain one by one. The first is horizontal plan. It begins with the intended learning outcomes and the assessment tasks. For example, quiz, report, presentation, or group interactions, which we will use to collect evidence of our students' learning. After having defined the learning outcomes, develop the assessment task, which you will use to collect evidence of mastery or achievement. You can then identify the activities by purposes, events, and resources that will provide the content and the context for your students' learning. The second is vertical plan. It consists of the day-by-day activity in a course, and it maps assessment task, activity, events, and resources in time and over time on the intended learning outcomes of a course. Through defined learning outcomes and backward design, we move from the outcomes of the course and their assessment to the day-by-day activity in the course. Writing down your plan will allow you to reflect on the relationship that you have developed between the course goals or outcomes and the daily learning activities. We can know is the relationship aligned or not. If not, what change will you make? Something like that. Okay, the next is reflecting on your teaching philosophy. We noted that the role of the teacher, the student, and the content differs in relation to philosophy. In chapter 1, we explored our own philosophies, right? Whatever our philosophy of teaching and learning, we remain the primary of decision making is defining how to be the best support for our students' learning. And then we will explain about exploring various contexts for alignment. There are many different contexts for alignment of assessment tasks and classroom activity with intended learning outcomes. Outcomes may be defined by the first, benchmarks and standard. The second is curricular guidelines. The third is external tests. And the fourth is textbooks, and the fifth is need analysis. Okay, I will explain them one by one. Okay, the first is benchmarks and standards. It describes expected developmental process and stages in learning a language. It also defines what students should know and be able to do, specific purposes and target learners. And the second is curricular guidelines. Such guidelines may be flexible and simply a point of reference for teachers in defining their own learning outcomes for an individual class. And the third is external tests. There are many language teachers who are involved in preparing their students to write and pass external tests that determine whether a student can enter university, apply for a job, or something like that. It can called test preparation context. So, the teacher must understand that developing students' language proficiency, which after all the external tests are measuring. And the fourth is textbooks. The textbook provides a resource for the development of intended learning outcomes for a course. Through backward design from textbook to learning outcome, teachers can elaborate assessment tasks and activities. And the last is need analysis. Needs analysis is often the starting point for language teachers at the beginning of a new course and an essential assessment tool for gathering information that will help teachers in their decision making as a course unfolds. Okay guys, thank you for your nice attention. The next presenter will be Bella Saputra. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.